Hello, my name's Cristina Moody, and I'm here to show you what I've done this semester in Web GIS and walk you through my final project. So here we're starting at my Hub website. It has the projects I've completed for this course as well as several others. You can scroll through and see that I've got some uh, applications on Colorado attractions, Mexican spotted owl, an urban wildlife survey, and down here is my final project for this class, finding a missing bird. You can either scroll and find it here, or it's along the top here. Um, so I'm a bird owner, and when you lose a bird, either because they got out, or an accident happened, or there was a natural disaster, it can be devastating, and the search is often frustrating, and it's really hard to know where to begin. So having lost birds and also found birds and tried to find their owners, I know how frustrating it can be and how it's like looking through a needle in a haystack. And one of the really hard things to do is to try to figure out what your search area should be. So that was where I thought that the skills I've learned in this course could come in handy. So when you're a bird owner and you've either found a bird, this will be useful for you, or if you're already a bird owner, a good place to start is the Parent 911 alert. And they have a website here where they are dedicated to reuniting birds and their owners if they're lost, stolen, found, or sightings. Volunteers also maintain a Facebook page with all of the posts. It gives you some information on uh, the posts they have. It tells you they found a bird, what the date was, where it was. They can tell you a little bit about it, some contact information, and they'll give you a picture if they have it, which is great and very helpful. But looking for a bird is a geographic problem because they can travel large distances over a short amount of time, especially if there is heavy wind. And that makes this GIS problem, and that's where I thought I could add a tool to this toolkit that bird owners use to help them find their bird. So in order to do that, I had to first gather some data. And for this data, I went through the posts on the Facebook page and created a survey and entered them into the survey. And the survey here takes you through and shows you can select you found a missing, a found, or a sighting of a bird. You can choose when this happened. So either you can say now, or you can pick another date and time. You pick a location on the map. You select your type of bird. This is very important to figuring out the search area. Attach any pictures. Have any distinguishing characteristics, the name of the bird, and a contact email. I didn't make the contact email required, but if you would like to be contacted to help relocate your bird, you might want to have that. So all of this data that is collected through the survey, you can see I put some of it in here, ends up in this web map. And it includes the survey and then also some augmentations I did to the data, adding in the geo-coordinates, putting in buffer regions for the maximum distance it could have flown in 1 hour, 6 hours, or 12 hours, put in some weather data so that you can compare the search radius to the wind to have an initial search location. And I also put in some information that I found on the maximum speed of each species of bird so that that can inform these radiuses here. So after you did that, this is the web application that I created. And it's a time-enabled web application. And as you can see, if you play it, it goes through, and at each point in time, it will add the sightings as they it will add the events if they occur. So here, Indian ringneck parakeet was found at, or was reported missing on the 28th of May. And you go all the way through here. In addition to the Indian ringneck parakeet, there's a severe macaw, which was reported missing, a conure, an eclectus, and you can go in and see that not only do I have information on here are the probable radiuses of that my macaw could have flown within 1 hour, 6 hours, and 12 hours from when it was missing. Currently, you can see that the wind direction near where my macaw was lost is going to the northeast. So I have this web app, but you can only really use the web map in ArcGIS Online. So in order to get around that hurdle for bird owners, I created this web experience which acts as a dashboard. The instructions to use it are over here in the upper left. If you've noticed, your dashboard is initially empty, and that's because the time is set to have no birds there. So if you have your first sighting, shows up with the Indian ringneck parakeet here. This is an email. They've put several pictures of him here. And you can see I only have one event for Nemo missing. And then if I look for the next time period, I don't have any data. I didn't fill in all of the possible birds. And then you go a little bit further and you can see here we've got 1 found and 3 missing birds. So if I want to find this found bird here, I can click on him. And I can see that it's a parakeet. And he was found here in Valley Glen. And I can zoom back out. And I can see that there are 3 other missing birds. And then if I go to the next time period, I have several found birds here, a finch and an Indian ringneck parakeet, a missing budgie. Oh, sorry, these are sight. And then some sightings of about 2 different budgies. And you can see here, there's their photographs. So this was set up in order for someone who's searching for the bird to look at the map, be able to see the large distances that birds could have possibly traveled, zoom in to check out, say, the weather near where their bird was lost, try to figure out if there's any prevailing winds when they lost their bird, and use that to inform their search radius in the search area. And then this website also allows someone to come in and create their missing bird report or missing, found, or sighting of a bird report without using the application. So to detail the building of this web application dashboard, I have a story map here, and it details the processes that I went through to create all of these different layers and the purpose. So this story map walks you through how you go about finding the missing bird. The layers I created, I had the web application, the web map, the survey. For the different feature layers, I had polygon layers, which are these search radius layers that I created using a buffer. I had to massage my data quite a bit to go from the single point of my missing bird to the radius telling you whether it was found, missing, or sighted. Sighted gives you information on the maximum distance the bird could possibly have flown if it flew at the maximum possible speed for that species of bird for every hour since it has gone missing. Also, joined my survey data with a table looking at the different speed of the species of the bird. And I added in the current wind and weather station information. For the base map for my applications, I used OpenStreetMap. You can change it if you like, but I thought this was good as it had a nice, clean look for the layers that did not overcrowd the visualization with too much information when zoomed out, but then provided enough visualization when zoomed in so you could get information on the built infrastructure, such as the buildings and the roads, which might be important for trying to figure out where your bird is. As I said, gathering the data was difficult. I had to create the survey app. Processing the data took a lot of work. One lesson learned I found is that your survey data will not include your geographic coordinates, which I found surprising because I didn't expect that. So to get around that, I had to open my feature layer in ArcGIS Pro and create it using the Calculate Geometry Attributes tools. I then created the distance buffers. I did this one in Map Viewer. There are several different create buffer tools, but this particular one is the only one that allowed me to use a feature, which is why a field in my feature, which is why I used it. And then again, I said I added the wind layer to try to give, at least if you initially post the bird, what direction it could have come from or could have flown to. And then at the end here, I have my resources and citations, mainly the Facebook Parrot Alert page. And these are all the sources that I use to try to find the speeds of the different species of birds. Thank you very much. Have a great night.